Aloha, welcome to Yoga with Veronica and a core and low back focused gentle yoga. Did you know that strengthening your core can significantly reduce low back pain? And weak core muscles can lead to low back pain as well as discomfort and limited mobility? So, in this session, I'll guide you through some gentle, low impact yoga poses promoting core and back strength and flexibility. And remember, a strong core is essential for back pain relief. Let's begin. Let's warm the back through cat and cow stretches. From your tabletop, breath in, gaze forward. Drop your belly, exhale, arch your spine, drop your head. Couple more. As you look forward and you let your belly drop, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, deeply arch through your upper back, tailbone under, belly in. Few more. Notice your low back. The goal here is to gradually arch through your upper spine as much as possible, as well as compress through the low back. Moving with your breath, with exhale rounding the back, with inhale dropping the belly down. Let's center in a tabletop, extending your right leg back, left arm forward. Take a moment to stabilize your core. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch to the opposite side, left leg back, right arm forward. Nice and strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Take a breath in your tabletop. Exhale, release that low back by arching in your cat pose. Center back again. Let's keep working here. Right leg back, left arm forward. This time as you exhale, elbow to your knee. Breath in, open. Exhale, squeeze in. Try and keep your elbow and your knee close to your belly as you bring them in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and contract in. Again, breath in, open. Exhale, squeeze. One last inhale, stretch. Exhale, let it down. Switching to the opposite side, find your balance first. Exhale, elbow to your knee. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, contract in, keep it close to your belly. Breath in, open. Exhale, squeeze in. 2 more. Breath in, stretch. Exhale, in. One last time, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Stretch out and drop it down to the ground. Take a breath in your tabletop. Exhale, arch your spine deeply. Open those shoulder blades. Breathe into the back of your heart space. Next is cat and cow with add a little extra for the core and the back strengthening. So as you come into a cow stretch, you're going to lift your feet off of the ground. As you arch in your cat, you're going to hover your knees off of the ground. Inhale, rise into a cow stretch, feet, ankles off of the ground. Exhale, deep arch, pressing into your hands, knees hovering. Notice and pay attention to your low back and your core as you move through these. So we continuously contract the core and the low back. So take a moment to notice how your body is responding and reacting. Last round before a hold. So inhale into your cow stretch. Exhale, tuck those toes under, lift your knees off of the ground just a few inches. Engage your core, your shoulders, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down and pressing back in your child's pose. Let's flip those palms up to the sky to rest those wrists. Make sure to glide your elbows as far away and relax into your heart space, dropping your tailbone down. Take a moment to center and find some stillness. Notice your breath. Give your body a slow, smooth inhale. Slow, deep exhale. One more round of breath. When you're ready, you can gradually start to flatten your hands back down. Transition your way into a tabletop as we keep working through these balancing tables. Right leg extends back, left arm forward. This time we pulse the arm and the leg up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down to the ground, switching opposite side. Find your balance, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Inhale in your tabletop. Exhale, arch in a cat stretch. What it does, it helps release and neutralize the spine in between these sets. They're focused mostly on the core, but also a bit of the low back. Balancing table, right leg back, left arm forward. This time the goal is to lift your left foot off of the ground to balance on your left knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, you guys. Switch. Left leg back, right arm forward to help with the balance. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Right foot lifts. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yay! Slowly let go. Take a breath in your tabletop and arch in that cat stretch. Transitioning into one-legged tiger, which is a wonderful counter stretch for the core. Right leg back, left arm forward. Big circle for your left arm to find your foot, and then kick it up to the sky, but also away from you. Cinch your left shoulder back. Nice and tight. Hold. Exhale, let go. Take a breath in your tabletop. Exhale, arch deeply in your cat stretch. Switching to the opposite side, left leg back, right arm forward. Find your balance first and then reach your arm back. Once you grip your foot, you want to kick it up to the sky and kind of away towards the back. Sending your shoulder backwards, your right shoulder back. Hold. Take another breath in. Exhale, let go. Inhale in your tabletop. Exhale, good old cat stretch. I know you're probably getting tired of cat and cow stretches, but I promise you this do wonders for your spine. Stepping your feet back into plank pose. Don't let your belly sink. Also, don't keep your sit bones too high. You want to keep your body as straight and parallel to the ground as possible. Hold it. Tailbone tucked under for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lift, and as you exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet as you transition, helping those hamstrings out. Enjoying a few breaths here as you pedal your feet out, actively pressing into your hands. Tailbone is tilted up to the sky so that you can flatten your low back. Engaging through your hamstrings as you pedal your feet. Give it one more deep breath in. Exhale, soften your knees. Step your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, stretching a halfway lift. Hands on your shins or your thighs, shoulders back. Exhale, fold over into fold. Inhale, another halfway lift. This is also wonderful for your low back, so make sure it's as flat as possible. You can check with your hand. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hug your legs. Fold over. Couple more here. Breath in, find that length. Nice flat spine. Exhale, fold over. And then let's stretch the arms up as you inhale, coming to standing. Fold in a half as you exhale and fold over. Will flow. Breath in, rise and stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Keep slight bend in your knees, but keep your back as straight and engaged as possible as you flow through this movement. Breath in, rise. Nice and engaged back. Exhale, fold forward. 2 more. Breath in, rise. Stay with it. Exhale, fold forward. One last time, let's stretch to standing. Exhale, fold forward. Take a moment here, separating your feet, enjoying a nice relaxing ragdoll, completely resting your upper body over your thighs. Definitely shake it up, wiggle your body in any way that feels good for you. Same for your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, completely loose upper body. Resting your hands on your mat, stepping back into plank pose again. Making sure the tailbone is slightly tucked under. This time I'll have you press through the upper back, almost creating a little arch there. Tuck your tailbone under, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and press back, downward facing dog. Again, if you need to pedal your feet, please do. Next up is a spinal flow, so bend your knees and then lift through your tailbone, send away through your body into a plank pose. Exhale, soften your knees, press back, downward dog. Inhale, tiptoes, roll through your spine, through the plank pose. Bend your knees, press your body way back. We'll keep flowing through these. They're wonderful in promoting mobility and strength through the back of the body. So I really want you to focus on a nice fluid movement and you can completely connect the poses so it flows really nicely. Pausing and taking a moment in your downward facing dog while you actively press into your hands, still engaging in that long extended spine. Totally fine to keep a bend in the knees. Let's give it one last deep breath in. Exhale, rest your knees down to the ground, lowering down onto your belly to give our low back some attention. Find yourself in a Sphinx pose by placing the elbows beneath your shoulders, actively pressing into your forearms, pressing your way out of the shoulders, and you can even imagine you gliding yourself towards the top of the mat. Feel that pinch in your low back and make sure to relax your legs and your glute muscles. Keeping your neck neutral, hold it here and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift up as you inhale, drop your elbows down. Doesn't have to be full arm extension, just gentle lift of the elbows off of the ground and guiding them back down. Keep them closed, don't let them open too wide, and still relaxing your lower body as you move through these gentle lifts. Let's hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax completely down on your belly. Shake out your hips. Keeping your arms stuck and your head resting, transitioning for leg lifts, engaging through your right leg. Keep it flexed. Lift 1, lift 2, 3. Keep your leg as straight and engaged as possible. 4, about to hit halfway. Lift for 5, lift for 6, lift for 7. Keep that leg engaged. 8, 9. Nice and controlled. One last lift and release down. Relaxing your right foot, switching to the opposite side. Remember to engage the leg. Lift for 1, lift for 2. Keep your foot flexed. Lift for 3, 4, 5. Engage that leg. Don't let it bend too much. 6, 7. Almost there. Lift for 8, 9, and last leg lift up and relax your foot down. Take a moment as before, just shake your hips for a moment. Both legs rising, this time keep them engaged. Up, lift for 2, lift for 3, keep your feet flexed, hips on the ground, lift the legs up. 4, up 5, lift for 6, lift for 7, almost there, lift for 8, 9, and last lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your legs down. Definitely shake those hips off. Maybe even bend your knees and let your feet sway side to side. You're kind of crisscrossing your feet to make sure you're neutralizing and resetting that low back. Taking a breath or two here. Preparing for a bow pose, which is a wonderful full body dynamic pose that encourages spinal extension, balance, and vitality. So wrap your arms around your ankles on the outside. Engage your legs, stretch them up and back. Similar like we did in a one-legged tiger. Send your shoulders back, let yourself rock gently back and forth. Feel that openness in your chest, your shoulders, and your hip flexors. And then exhale, let go, release down. Shaking out those hips as we did previously. That was a fun, energizing pose. We'll keep working with these. Moving into Cobra Rises. So send your hands beneath your elbows. Keep your elbows pointed up. Breath in, you rise your upper body. Exhale, you lower. Breath in, rise. Exhale, lower. Keep moving, but make sure you're using your spine to rise and drop instead of pressing into your hands. That's why we're just resting the fingertips for gentle support for the low back. Few more. Breath in, rise. exhale, lower, inhale, up, exhale, release, almost there, breath in, rise, exhale, lower. These are wonderful for strengthening the low back. Drop down, another breath in, lift, and then we hold it here for 5. Let your hands go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your forehead down on top of your hands. Take a moment here, shaking off those hips. We are not quite done yet. We have one more to go before we release and relax the low back. So I want you to lift up, pull your elbows back, and then move over to the right and then to the left. Keep your upper body hovering as you move side to side. It's almost like you're bringing your elbow towards the hip. Feeling the squeezes along each side of your body, and then drop back down to the ground. Shake it off as needed. Move your feet around, and we are done with the low back strengthening for now. So whenever you're ready, transition into your child's pose. What we're going to do now, instead of dropping your forehead down to the ground, you're going to stack your hands so that you rest your head and it's a little more neutral as opposed to decline, since we did do quite a bit of work on that low back. And I want you to breathe into that space, especially if it's feeling a little tired. When you're ready, you can soften the hands and lower your head to the ground, or you can just stay there where you're at. You can even wrap your arms around or take any other variation of a child's pose that you're familiar with and comfortable with. Couple of breaths in here. We have a couple more poses, couple more core exercises before we wrap it up. So transition yourself into a plank pose with your forearms onto the ground. And we do hip dips. We go to the right, you switch to the left. Try and keep your body nice and low, just like we practiced in a plank earlier, as you keep moving from right to left. Drop your hips as low as you would like them. Keep that tailbone tucked under, core nice and strong. Keep going. To the right, to the left. We're about halfway. To the right, to the left. Strong shoulders. Keep going. Almost there. To the right, to the left. So close. To the right, to the left. And on one last round, drop the hips to the right, to the left. Center yourself. Press into your hands into an actual plank. Lift your hips up, breath in. Press your way into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Slow your breath, center your body, drop your knees down and bring your legs in and around. Wiggle your sit bones towards the top of the mat. We are going to lay back into reclined position. That way you can still stay on your mat. Imagine a boat pose, so resting your feet, extend your arms along your knees, take a breath in, very slowly and controlled. Lower your way down, keep your core engaged. The slower you go, the more fun it is. Make your way down to the ground. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Bring your knees towards your chest and just give yourself a nice hug, broken sway as needed. It might actually feel quite nice for your low back, as well as getting some compression on your belly. So massaging your core slightly. Extending your legs up to the sky. You cross your right leg over your left, following with leg lifts. Try not to sway back and forth. The goal is to lift the legs up to the sky and drop down. 2, lift for 3, 4, remember not to swing. 5, 6, lift 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Relax your feet, keep your legs crossed, and then you're going to lift up. Wrap your hands around your shins or your feet, pulling the feet towards the opposite shoulders, not down to the ground, so keep the feet nice, wide, and open. Reclined shoelace is one of my favorite poses. It nicely stretches and releases the low back. also deeply stretches the outer hips, the glutes, and the piriformis. Enjoying few breaths in here, keep pulling these feet towards the opposite shoulders and try to flatten your tailbone down if it raised high off of the ground. Let's release those feet and then switch doing the opposite side, starting off with our leg lifts first. Lift for 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember not to sway. 5. Feet up. 6, 7. Almost there. Lift for 8, 9, and 10. Alright, relax your feet, cross your legs as much as possible so you can reach for those shins, those ankles, and then guide those feet towards the opposite shoulders. Notice if it's anywhat different than the opposite side. Notice how this pose affects your body. It can actually be wonderful to calm the nervous system and also helps with sciatica, especially if you have sciatica-like symptoms. By doing this pose, we are releasing tight external rotators of the hips. Let go of your feet and give your body a nice long stretch, kind of like you would in the morning or when you're waking up from a Shavasana, just to open up and lengthen the front of your body, the core, as we gradually wrapping our practice up for today. Knees to the chest, maybe hug it out, rocking, swaying, or circling your knees out. You can even squeeze your forehead towards your knees just to engage through the back side of your body. And we are all done. I hope your back is feeling a little more supported and your core a little more awake and engaged. Thank you so much for joining me today, for your trust and your time. Make sure to subscribe and check out other classes specific for any of your needs. And I hope to see you someday soon again. Mahalo and namaste.